You know, it's the one part of our economy that's been booming, and coincidentally, it's been unregulated. But the days of the internet as we know it may be numbered, because next week the FCC Commission will consider regulating it. Now, it says it's all for consumers' protection. But Tracy isn't buying that.
What are they protecting? I mean, man, they go ahead with this. That means your prices are going to go up. More rules, more regulations also leads to worse service at the end of the day. This is not going to help the consumer at all. And you know what it does? It hurts the last minion of entrepreneurship that we have out there that the government doesn't have its hand on. That's what this is, Brenda. It is a money grab. They want to be able to tax it and take a piece home for themselves because they realize it's working without them, and they don't like that.
Janice, you agree?
No, I don't agree at all. I think the word regulation has to be used carefully here. I think the way this is leaning, Tracy, they're trying to basically charge more. Right now we have an even playing field, and I think it's important that you and I can afford to pay more for faster connection, but we want everyone to have a faster connection, and we want everyone to have access to the content that we have access to, legal content that we want to see and read as fast as we want to see it. And I think that's what is at stake here. And when we talk about regulation, I want to make sure that it remains a level playing field, even if that means it has to be regulated to some extent as a common carrier. I think that that's the way we need to look at it.
John, what do you think of that?
Well, I think that sounds good in theory. So does communism. So does communism, the fact that everybody makes the same amount of money and everybody's equal. Look, that's not the real world, and that's certainly not the free market. The free market will tell you that if you have a company like Walmart, they can negotiate in bulk. Now, is that fair to the mom and pop store? No, it's not. But there's a reason that Sam Walton builds some multi-billion-dollar business. He can negotiate in bulk. If Netflix has built this business where they can negotiate a faster lane, that is simply the free market. And to take that away puts more of the government and more of the nanny state into something that it definitely does not belong, and that is the internet.
Well, Jonas, you think that the government does belong for a while?
Yeah, look, we're going to get more regulation in the internet because every single politician wants to regulate the internet on both sides of the aisle. It's just different ways of regulating it. There's not one politician right now who doesn't think that Verizon or Cablevision, if they were your only ISP for high-speed internet, and that company said, oh, I'm going to block Netflix because you're going to download our movies. No one in government will allow that. And that's regulating the internet, because in a free market, it's Verizon's cable. They could do that if they want. The problem is there are monopolies at the end of the road here. There are some markets only served by one company, and as long as that's the case, it's like your power company. They need regulation. We need more. When more companies come in, if Google's offering it high speed in every market, then they could back out. Until then, we're going to get government regulation.
Well, Gary B., we have a good case study that offers a hint of what might happen, don't we?
We actually have a number of case studies. For everyone arguing, as Janice says, with regulation, and she says, kind of a moderate regulation, I guess, which is kind of an oxymoron with the government. I mean, they're just going to step in and go all over it. We have the airline industry. Look, we used to have a regulated airline industry, and people made the same arguments about we need to keep them regulated. Oh my gosh, if it's unregulated, planes are going to be crashing, going all over. And what we found is, instead of these markets just being served by one carrier, if you will, now multiple markets are served by multiple carriers, and in 30 years, we've seen prices 50% less than they were. So if you want to see your internet pricing double, as we would with airlines if they got re-regulated, go there. If you want a Ma Bell, the telephone industry, of course, used to be regulated, then you're not going to get something like this. You're not going to get an iPhone from 20 different manufacturers, 20 different plans. So you can go back that in all the name of, having a nice, comfortable, everyone gets access to everything. You're going to see higher prices. You're going to see less innovation. As Tracy said, it's going to be horrible, as is everything that the government gets into.
Okay, we know you believe that. All right, thanks, guys. Cashing in just over an hour from now. Eric, what do you guys have coming up?
Hi, Brenda. Want to help stop the terrorists from killing? Then give them jobs. It's a new solution coming from the Obama administration. Plus, pro-union protesters targeting Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker's parents' home. Is big labor going too far? Cashing in. See you at 11:30.
We'll see you, Eric. We'll, of course, be watching. But up here first, hey, did you have fun on that dinner cruise or that golf tournament? How about casino night? You didn't get the invite? Me either. But guess what? The government had you pick up the tab.